Alright guys, this is a big one. I'm kind of pumped for this. I really am. I already talked about this once before, but you know, reading it again, I finally know what I realized about it. It's not that bad. It's actually pretty good for some people. I'll get to that. Identity Crisis by Brad Meltzer. Brad Meltzer isn't your typical comic book writer because he kind of writes books. The elongated man's wife gets murdered, and they basically have to figure out who it was. When she died, everyone freaks the out. I'm not even gonna say the word. It gets crazy from here. They have a whole detective team, and everyone tries to go figure it out. They're like, what happened? How come Sue died? Yeah, that's her name, I remember it. How did Sue die? We need to figure this out now, okay? So, they go on a big investigation. They try to figure out who murdered them. And they get very good suspicions. I don't even want to spoil some of this book, because there's a point in the middle that just gets... There's a twist, though. There's a big twist in the middle. And it's okay twist, because it doesn't make sense. And I'd explain that why, but I don't want to do a spoiler section, because I don't have enough time. After reading this again, because last time I read it, I was like, I didn't like it that much. I've read it again, and I've given it a chance. Yeah, it's definitely grown upon me as a comic, because I felt bad for the elongated man this time around. I wanted them to figure it out, definitely, because I actually cared for Sue. And all this stuff that happened to her before, I don't want to say anything what happened to her before, but something really bad, that's all I'm going to say, happened to her. And yeah, oh my gosh, it's really, you need to figure this out. The characters are really just big on this. You actually feel more character development here than you do in a lot of other books. Like, they get more bigger and opus, but you know, they try to keep it into themselves. They don't really want to show it, but they kind of just do with their actions, which I really do enjoy in this book. I really like when characters show their moves in actions rather than in words. Artwork. I like the artwork. It's not that bad, actually. You know, it's actually really nice to look at. It's really clean, and yeah, it's really, really nice. There is a subplot in here about Tim Drake, you know, Robin, and Red Robin now, but technically he was Robin before Damian. There's a subplot with him and his father that events happen in the book, and I don't know what's the point of them being there. Really, if you read it, there's not really a point for that. Sure, it looks like there could be, but not really at the same time, though, in a way. Tim Drake's dad was used in a very wrong way, and what happens to him at the end is, it's tragic, that's all I'm going to say, but I feel that they shouldn't have done that. There was no need for that. And then the whole thing with Captain Atom and his wife, how they're getting a divorce, and then she falls in love with him again. Captain Atom's wife should just told him that she loves him. Then some things wouldn't have happened, and you'll see why, definitely. But I like the story. Definitely a good book for story. Just a lot of the plot twists, and then the useless subplot with Tim Drake's dad. The character's definitely a bigger strong point. I don't know. The subpoint and this twist in the middle just ruined it for me. So I still find it to be an above average book. Definitely, I can see why people find this to be their good entrance in the comics. So 7 out of 10. Believe it or not, it's not that bad. What can I say? If I would have gave it before the first time I read it, I probably would have given it like a 5. Honestly, it would have been average for me. But you know, you did a good job, Brett Meltzer. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But it was nice. You know, it's a good read for casual DC fans. You know, if you're, you know, not into DC, then you're not gonna like it. Definitely. If you want a good story, you're gonna get up to that middle plot line, and then you're gonna be like, what the heck? So Identity Crisis, that's all I have to say. And that's all that's left for this review, so check back later for more. There, again, you could have just told her that, well, she could have just told him that okay, Captain Adam's wife is a dude. I don't know why I'm fucking up in this video. Maybe because I have a lot to say about this. But